I'd like to start by apologizing for the lack of content on this channel recently. I've been playing so much Fallout that I've lost the ability to get around to doing it. Translation, I've been procrastinating. Anyways, today I'd like to discuss the themes brought up by this video by MTV Decoded, your #1 place for subconscious doublethink and regressive leftist hypocrisy. This video discusses the theme of political correctness and how it has played a part in making the First Amendment an afterthought. Let's go.
Is PC culture destroying freedom of speech? Nope.
Not even 4 seconds in and I'm already facepalming. This basically sets us up for what we are about to go through today.
From YouTube comments to presidential candidates, it seems a lot of people think freedom of speech is under attack.
I love the quotation marks you put up there, as if free speech doesn't matter in the long run, and you don't give a shit about the perspectives of those on the opposite side of the spectrum. In other words, everyone else. And I also love the examples you put up there of people who oppose your viewpoint, a stock photo of a man yelling, and Donald Trump. It's as if you're trying to push an agenda.
And who, might I ask, is to blame? The god PC culture.
Wow, what a terrific jab at the fucking scum on the other side of the argument. What a bunch of racist, sexist assholes. Of course, that's sarcasm, but I can see you don't get that concept.
If you've ever called out racism, sexism, ableism, or any other oppressivism, you've probably been accused of being too PC.
Probably because you are. Just saying.
PC is, of course, short for politically correct. Political correctness is avoiding words or behaviors that exclude, marginalize, or insult groups of people who are socially disadvantaged or discriminated against.
So basically self-censorship. You're saying that being PC is to stop yourself from hurting people's feelings because words do hurt, and they hurt very bad.
Basically, treating people with respect.
Nope.
That's just being a good person. Treating people with respect is a little different from banning words so that the adult babies in Yale don't have to crawl into their safe spaces and make Play-Doh figurines.
Now, if you ask me, that doesn't sound like a bad thing.
Oh, those evil, straight, white, Christian, conservative shitlords, always trying to push aside the proletariat so they can live bourgeoisie lives without thinking about working class.
But a recent poll by Fairleigh Dickinson University found that 68% of Americans and 81% of Republicans agreed that a big problem this country has is being politically correct. Even 62% of Democrats polled agreed that being PC was getting out of hand.
If a majority of people in your country disagree with your radical stance, maybe you should reconsider your arguments.
For these folks, political correctness is synonymous with weakness or being overly sensitive.
That is true. Political correctness has created an environment in which people can't deal with criticisms of their stances and reality as a whole. And to deny that is to push a faulty narrative, like you're doing right now.
Similar to the new term social justice warrior, calling someone PC is a way to derail and dismiss conversations about inequality.
Flip it the other way around and you've got a solid argument. If you keep using ad hominems, including, but not limited to, racist, sexist, misogynist, etc., no one's gonna take you seriously in a debate. You just make yourself look like a dickhead.
Okay, PC police, you're just offended by everything. The term PC is almost always used as an insult.
Insult? Since when did people start using the word PC derogatively? Probably the same time that the island nation of Bora Bora had an enormous snowstorm.
While it's been around for a while, it gained popularity in the 80s when it caught on with conservatives, not liberals.
I don't get what you're trying to say here, so I'll just ignore it.
Why is being PC used as an insult? And what, if anything, does it have to do with free speech?
It has everything to do with free speech. Saying you can't say something because it hurts your feelings is a form of censorship, which is against free speech. Get it?
Here's the thing. It's not just about hurt feelings. It's about calling out oppressive power structures, and that's where the misunderstanding comes in.
What? Wait, let me hear that again, just to see if I'm not hearing things. Oh, okay. So you're saying that being PC is to call out mythical beasts of social justice that don't exist. Wow. Just wow.
What's perceived as being too sensitive is usually someone speaking out against lazy, offensive language that doesn't usually get challenged. That's because the group of people that those words hurt historically haven't had the opportunities to have their voices heard.
Historically? I thought we were talking about now. Because if you look outside your window, you'll see that black people and other minorities have had their chance to speak ever since the Civil Rights Act was passed, and even before that when they were campaigning for civil rights. Just because a minority group was treated badly in the past, that doesn't mean that they don't have the chance to say whatever they want. In fact, you're doing that as of right now. So yeah, you're just pulling your shit out of your ass to make yourself look like the victim. Because come on, isn't it the current fucking year?
The people who call that being too PC are often in privileged positions and don't want to or haven't had to think about what they're saying, or the consequences that come with it.
What? A lot of the people campaigning for your bullshit are in privileged positions. But I'm guessing you're talking about the evil straight white men. The reason people like me are against being PC is not because we haven't had to think about racism or whatever else bullshit you had there. It's because it advocates a system in which your freedom of speech is limited, because if you take away perfectly fine words from our lexicon because it's offensive, you end up with a world where no one is ready to face reality and take personal responsibility for the actions that they have done. Get it?
You can't take away my freedom of speech just because you're offended. Well, yeah. In America, freedom of speech simply means the government cannot prohibit you from expressing yourself. It's why you can criticize Obama without being thrown in jail.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't excuse people like you advocating we throw it out the window for your, quote, feelings. Just because it refers to the government doesn't mean that it's okay to go against it for your, quote, safety.
But on an interpersonal level, freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences. Technically, no subject on earth is off limits. You can say whatever you want, but in turn, people are allowed to respond however they want.
Okay, but again, that doesn't excuse justifying taking a shit on it for your feelings. It's not just on the federal level, but it's also on every other level as well, even the levels that you mentioned.
The fact that you can comment means you're not being censored. If you tell a crappy sexist joke and someone says, hey, that was a crappy sexist joke, that's freedom of speech. And if you post some racist bullshit on Facebook and your boss decides she doesn't want to employ people who spew racist bullshit on Facebook, you still have freedom of speech. And you're free to take that racist bullshit somewhere else. America.
Do I have to repeat myself like a broken fucking record? This already proves that you don't get this very simple concept.
PC culture, treating others with respect, social justice warriors, whatever you call it, isn't prohibiting anyone's freedom of speech. It's mainly about people standing up for themselves and asking to be spoken to and spoken about in a respectful way.
Hi, media. Can I talk to you?
No, you need to get out.
Well,
you need to get out.
No, I don't.
You need to get out.
I actually don't.
All right. Hey, who wants to help me get this reporter out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. You're fucking scum. You are fucking scum. Fucking rape apologist, incest supporting, woman hating, fucking scum.
It is not about creating an intellectual space. It is not. Do you understand that? It's about creating a home here.
Your argument is invalid.
In fact, political correctness is expanding free speech. We're adding words to the dictionary every year in an effort to promote more inclusive and respectful speech.
Adding words to the dictionary is not free speech. Jesus fucking Christ. I feel like I'm back in Oceania and I'm talking to the Ministry of Truth.
Last year alone, the OED added microaggressions, mansplain, and a whole host of gender terms like cisgender, agender, and gender fluid to the dictionary. That seems like giving more speech to more people, not less.
Adding newspeak to the Oxford English Dictionary is not free speech. The words you just described are designed to justify censorship of ideas and protection of feelings, like the word mansplain, which is a word designed by social justice warriors to dismiss the arguments made by men just because they have a cock and balls. It's also the same deal with microaggressions, another word that justifies the oversensitivity of today's world and make it seem like everyone is born with the guilt of their evil racist ancestors. And in order to repent, you must brainwash yourself with dogma and submit your authority to the regressive left and let them fuck you in the ass.
With no Vaseline.
Okay, that was one of the worst videos I've ever seen. I mean, what the fuck happened to sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me? They probably never learned that concept when they were young. I have no faith in humanity.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Anyways, that's all the time we have for today. See you next Saturday.
I suppose breakfast